Leg day, everybody. Coach Jelena here, ready for an awesome lower body workout. Don't worry, we won't forget your glutes. Let's go for 30 seconds of our warm up here. Hopefully you can see the boards. Hopefully the glare's not too bad. Let's go ahead and start with an alternating lunge and squat first. So lunge, lunge, and nice center squat. Got your lunge. Lunge, nice posture, and squat. Once you get a little bit more hyped up, you can get into more of a jump lunge into a squat. If you're not quite ready for that, keep it right here. Lunge, keeping that front knee right over that front ankle for your lunges, and then trying not to hinge forward for your squat. Then we're going to leg swings. So you're going to, if you need a wall or a piece of furniture to balance on, use it, get a couple swings on one side, and then swing it out on the other side. Woo! All right, I love me a good lower body workout. I don't know about you. It's nice to feel strong using those big muscles of ours. I like to call them the powerhouses. You got your powerhouse muscles. Alrighty, so we got 2 more warm-ups to do together. And then I'm gonna start demonstrating the exercises. We got high knees and arm circles. I'm just gonna peek and see how, you can kind of read the words. This one maybe hopefully, maybe that did something. Get a little angle on it. All right, thanks for joining me. Little physical activity, feels so good. Relieve that stress, get that awesome blood pumping, feel alive. Last couple here, and we're gonna move to cross jacks, crossing arms, crossing legs. If you need to jump it out or tap it out, either one here. We just wanna make sure you are warm and ready. Tell your body, hey, body, we're doing activity, get on board. So if you need to wake it up a little bit, whether it's been a long day or you're starting fresh in the morning, wake that body up. Wake up call. It's time to get moving. Time to get some good stuff done right here. Alrighty. Okay, going back to your lunge squat. And again, if you want to hop through this one, you can. So that's gonna look like this. Boom. All right, we have 4 stations for you. You keep warming up. We're gonna keep rocking it there. Okay, so you will have a set of substantial weights for yourself. If you only have moderate weights, work with those, no problem. Even if you only have light weights. Some weights is better than no weights. So for our first one, you're moving on to your leg swings. Shoulders down and back, so I have good engagement, and I'm in control of holding those weights. I got about hip or shoulder distance with those feet. My knees are gonna be tracking out over my toes, and I'm going to be basically kind of sitting into a squat here, allowing my hips to go back. So here's my conventional deadlift. Weights can be a little bit more in front here with sitting those hips back. So it's kind of between a squat and an RDL and that big bend in the legs there. So that's our first one. You're moving on to your high knees and arm circles. And then our next exercise, we're gonna get a big forward jump in, and then we're gonna do 2 reverse lunges backwards. So we're gonna gear up, jump, land, and then reverse lunge, push, reverse lunge, push, and we're ready for our next one. So trying to coordinate through this one. If you need to modify this one, you could do a big long step instead of a jump, and then still try to do those reverse lunges if you can, coming back to nice and neutral. Cross jacks for your warm up. So that's station 1. For station 2, we're gonna be working with the band for both moves. So we're gonna get a donkey kick in first. So we're gonna have a bend in the knee, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and you're gonna be pressing up through the heel. We're gonna start with the left heel to the ceiling. So pressing up. So I'm keeping a 90-degree angle in my leg, pressing up through the heel. We'll get left side round 1, right side round 2. Go back to your lunge squat, and then we'll alternate on round 3. For our second exercise here, we're gonna do a fire hydrant circle. I'm gonna show you this one on the right side so you can see a little bit better, but we will start on the left. So you're going to be making a circle, draw it in, out, and around for that circle. So I'm trying to draw that circle with my knee right here, and I'm trying not to compromise my form. Keep your form as if you had all points in contact down with the floor, but then you have that one leg up. And we'll get both sides. All right, leg swings, everybody. Then we're going back to our weights for station 3 and 4. So number 3 here, we're gonna get some around the world lunges on the left leg. So that means I'm going for a forward lunge, come back to center, lateral lunge, back to center, and reverse lunge. And I might move my mat out of the way so you have a better view. When we get to the right side, which is our second exercise, it's a forward lunge, move on to your high knees, arm circles, a lateral lunge, and then a reverse lunge. So we'll get that one done with those weights. And then station 4, we have squat thrusters. So we're gonna sit into a squat, use the momentum coming out of the squat for an overhead press. So down and up, lower back down, those weights right over the shoulders, and go into that next squat. If you need to slow it down, no problem. Still use the momentum coming up out of the squat, hold it here, and go down for the next one. All right, you're moving on to your cross jacks. Oh, one more. Sumo squats is your last one. Toes are out, shoulders down and back. You have good engagement. You can hold those weights long, or that hold is pretty good. So knees are going out, right there. If you have one heavy weight, you can hold it vertical like that. This one is toes and knees going out, chest up, and kind of tucking under that tailbone. Alrighty, everybody. I think we are ready. Let's go aheady. Alrighty. So we're going to we're gonna go for 35 seconds each exercise and 3 rounds. So that's gonna be our timing for today. So let's go ahead and get those weights for that conventional deadlift. I'm gonna start our timer out. Here we go. Go for it. So let's have the weights in front of the legs, shoulders down and back. You're going to sit back those hips, kind of like a squat, but also think of it as a merger between the RDL and the regular squat here. So those weights are staying real close to the legs. Chest is staying up. Nice flat back, flat feet. We got 10 more seconds here. Good, if you have lighter weights, you can get more reps in. Nice and careful. Last few seconds here. Watch the rounding of the upper back. All right, now we're gonna set those weights off to the side. Let's get our forward jump squat in. Give yourself some space. Here we go. Big jump, land, and then reverse lunge, and back at it. If you're modifying, I'll show you that one next. You're gonna get a wide, low step, and then your reverse lunge. Good, here we go. Use those arms, land it, press off to come back for those reverse lunges. Gear up, land. You're going into that squat as you land. Last few seconds. Woo, you're getting out of our heart rate here. Woo! Nice. Okay, here we go. Back to move number 1. This is round 2 of 3. All right, we got about maybe between hip distance and shoulder distance with those feet. So not too wide. Chest is up, shoulders are back. And we're trying to keep those weights near our legs. Sitting those hips back, bend the knees, press in strong, squeeze the glutes to the top. Oh yeah, we're doing it, guys. Working that lower body workout here. Woohoo! Last few seconds here. Get those final good reps in. All right, here we go. Forward jump squat. We got this. Ready those arms, ready those legs, land into a squat, and reverse lunge. I've done this one a few times, so if you need to go slower, especially if it's your first time, that's okay. Here we go. Boom, land in squat, cover that distance. If you can go without putting that foot down into the next one, great. Also alternate which leg is leading backwards for your reverse lunge. There we go. Almost there. Okay, last time on our conventional deadlift. Make sure to lift those weights carefully. Here we go. Set the frame, nice and strong. Woo! Make sure you're breathing through it. You'll probably hear me breathing through the mic. Ha! Good. Nice. Hips shift back, bend the knees. Think of it as a hybrid between that RDL and that squat. Good. You got 10 more seconds here. Stay on target. Rock those big powerhouse muscles of yours. We gotta challenge them in order to keep them in shape. Woo! All right. You are in shape. A lot of people like to say they're not in shape. Well, guess what? You have an awesome shape that is you, and you're doing this right here. So you're in a shape, and we can strengthen that shape of yours. But if you're willing to do this, that's you getting in shape. So don't discredit yourself. Woo! All right. Big arm swing. Reset. Woo, this is our last time doing this one. Fire, fire. Good, 7 more seconds. Keep bringing it. Go. All right, last few seconds here. Almost. Woo! All right, it's sip of water time. We're gonna put the band on next. If you don't have a band, you can still do this. You could even put a small weight on the bend of your leg for both moves, as long as it doesn't bother your leg. Okay, so we're putting that band on. We'll move the mat out of the way for the last 2 stations. Oh, excuse me. It's going on the thighs above the knees, not on those ankles. Alrighty, here we go. First one, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. So if your knees are glued together, your hips aren't that close. So give it some space. Here we go. First one is the donkey kick. Let's take the left leg. That heel is going to the ceiling. If your band is moving, you can tuck it under that stationary knee there. Set yourself up again, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, nice flat back. Keeping the frame here is very important. It's part of the work in this exercise. Press the heel to the ceiling, so I'm not going back behind me. I'm going up. Good. Flex that foot, press that heel. Good, control it down. Last few seconds. Woo! Okay, that was our left side. Also on the left side now, we're gonna do a fire hydrant circle. So you can do this without the band as well. Set yourself up, out and around. Try to make sure you're not leaning on that one hip. Both knees down to start, and then lift the leg and do your best to keep that frame. Draw a circle with your knee, so there's a bend in your leg. This is bothering your wrist. You can change up the angle, or if you have wrist guards, you can use that. We have a nice neutral spine. We're not cranking our neck, looking up or down too much. Circle it around. Good, 2 seconds. Woo! All right, let's hit that right side. Okay, set yourself up. We're in that good frame. Press the heel to the ceiling. If you're worried about, maybe you got slick pants or shorts on, you want to minimize the movement in that band. Tuck it under that left knee. Reset yourself if you feel yourself off center. Pay attention to your frame. Very important here. Sometimes we do this with some bends in the arms. Let's keep those arms extended, but you don't have to lock out the elbows hard. You can have a little bend in them. I find my joints do better when I don't have those locked out arms like this, that little bend. Nice, strong frame. Last few seconds. Woo! Okay, we're staying on the right. Let's get that circle, that fire hydrant circle. I'm getting a good sweat in. Hopefully you are too. Let's go out and around. Out, back around to the back, up through the center, making that circle. That opposite elbow sometimes wants to bend, but we're gonna try to keep our frame. If you need to get a little stretch in, a little cat-cow, come back and circle it out. There you go. Nice job, 10 seconds left. And we got round 3 coming in, whoop whoop. And we'll be standing for the last 2 stations. So this is our last floor one here. Phew. Sit those hips back for a little stretch. Let's go back to the left side. All right, tuck it under the right knee if you want to. Let's get that donkey kick. We're gonna go half on the left side, half on the right here for both moves for round 3. So stay here with me. Press that heel to the ceiling. Fight that resistance on the way down. 3, 2, switch sides. So switch the tuck, set your frame, and press. Heel going to the ceiling. You should feel your glute working. Get a little help from your hamstrings here. And your core is working to keep that frame. Upper body's working and core to keep that frame, of course. Woo! All right, let's go back to the left side. We're gonna do that circle, drawing that circle with the knee. Woo! Okay. Out and around, in towards your arm, out to the side, back up by the other knee, and around. We're going half and half here. Watch that frame. Try not to lean to one side. 3, 2, other leg. Now we're working the right side. Get that circle. Out and around. Woo! Are you burning out there? Yes. All right, 7 seconds. This is a good burn. It stops right when you're done, so keep going, keep going. Last few seconds. Woo! Sit those hips back. Grab that sip of water. We're gonna take the band off and grab those weights again. Put a straw in there for faster sipping. It's working out nicely. Okay. So we'll move this mat so we can have more space for our legs. We're gonna do the around the world lunges. So we're going forward, side, and reverse with our left leg first. Ready, everybody? Grab those weights, or if you wanna drop down to one weight, you can. So we're going forward first, lunge. You can come back to center and stay for a second, or move right into that lateral lunge. Make sure you have space behind you to go for that reverse lunge. Let's keep it on the left. Forward, side, and then reverse. And more challenge if you don't set that foot down when it comes back into the middle. But if you need to, do it, especially if it's your first time doing these. The weights make you balance. Sometimes they help. Other times you have to kind of fight them wobbling, not making your muscles work, so that's good. Okay, woo. Reset the frame. Here we go, the right leg, forward lunge. Same thing, lateral lunge, back, and reverse lunge. Good, make sure you got space. Forward, added would be that foot doesn't come down. Woo, balance challenge. Catch yourself and tap that foot down if you need to. We're doing great. Look at us go. Here on station 3 of 4. Woo, centered, centered. After that first side, our second side feels like it's working harder. That's normal. Woo, okay. If you're keeping both weights, great. If you have just one, you do that goblet hold, then that lateral lunge, left leg. That lateral lunge isn't gonna get in your way so much. And it's a little bit easier to stay centered. Big step back, keep on that left leg. We'll get the right leg with the next exercise. Woo, good. We have a good frame, holding that weight. We're keeping one leg straight for that lateral. And for the forward and back, we're making sure that front knee stays over the front ankle. Both ways, this way too. All right. Woohoo! Right legs turn, round 2, ending it right here, end that round 2. Forward, side, hips sit way back for that side lunge. Woo, good. It feels tough, but you're working on that stability. So if you feel a little unstable during those moves, really try to get your form down so it feels tough, but you feel solid. Woo, it can still be hard and awkward, but you're like, okay, I got this. 5 seconds. Woo, keep trying. Almost there. All right, one weight or two, round 3, left leg, forward first. We're going around the world in 35 seconds. What is it, around the world in 180 days or something like that? Let's get in our hot air balloon made of muscles. Gross. Keep going. All right. Forward, lateral, and side. If those weights are getting in your way for your lateral, you could move them a little bit. Keep them on your shoulders. Come back. It's going to change the move a little bit for you. Woo! All right. Because you're used to having them by your sides, so it's going to feel a little bit different for your balance. Right leg, forward, side, and reverse. Woo! If your knees are only okay with 2 out of the 3 of these, maybe you have a knee injury, just give me the 2 that it's okay with. Or if you're practicing your lunge form, just stay here and practice your lunge form. Keeping that front knee right over that front ankle. Woo! Feeling which muscles are working as you lower into that lunge and as you press up. Almost. Woo! Okay, it's sip of water time. We have a squat thruster. That's a good burner. And we'll collect our breath a little bit more for that sumo squat. Okay, squat thruster, both weights. Unless you have just one, you can be here. Let's go for that one. We're sitting into a squat. Weights are on the shoulders. Here we are. So chest up, sit into that squat. You're using leg drive to press up overhead and then sit into that next squat. So it would look, you would see my upper body working and doing all the work if I pressed up overhead without the legs. With the legs, as I come up out of the squat, I'm using help coming up. So here's my elevator, top floor, and through the roof. Yeah. Good. Power up, power up. You're Mario. Get those coins. Woo! It's you, Mario. Okay, sumo squats. Toes out, knees out. This is a wide one. Very different posture from regular squats. So very different from that first move. Knees are going out. I'm gonna show you from the side. Toes out, knees out, chest up. So we're gonna feel this deep in the inner thighs, deep in the glutes. Right here, out. So if your toes are facing forward, it's gonna be harder to send those knees out. So try to open up. Woo! If your body's not used to it, it's gonna feel weird. Let's try. See if we can get your body used to it. Accustomed to new things, it's good for you. All right, squat thrusters. If you have just one weight, take it down to 1, or maybe 1 kettlebell. Sit into that squat, same thing. Use a little power up as you come up out of that squat, boom. And you're going right over the head for the press. You're trying not to arch. So ribs are down, tailbone tucked under. So squat and up. Full extension. Right as you bring it down, you're going into that next squat. Woo, good. 7 seconds. It's our final station, everybody. Look at us go. Almost there. Woo! Okay, sumo squat, 1 weight or 2. If you don't have weights, you could use like a laundry detergent bottle or something here. Remember, shoulders down and back, especially if you have that heavy weight, keep that solid frame to support you holding those heavy weights. Even if you don't have heavy weights, practice that frame so that when you do bump up in weight, you're ready to go. Those muscles already know what to do, and you're gonna be set. All right, home stretch left. 15 seconds or less. Woo! Send those knees out. Press and stand strong. Woo! Nice proud chest. Keep it up. Final. Ow! Okay, we're ready for that squat thruster. 1 or 2 weights. Sit into it and press. Good, we got this. We're not arching the back as we press overhead, and we're using that leg momentum. So if you stop in between, you're not gonna get that leg momentum. So come out of the squat and press. It's gonna help you. Just like you get momentum from a jump, you carry it up and kind of catch it back down. That's what you're doing. Use the momentum, guide the weights back down like landing the jump. Good. Heels stay down. Woo! All right, last one. Woo-hoo! Sumo squat. Toes out, knees going out. We want those, watch the frame. We want those knees tracking out over the toes. However is more comfortable to hold those weights. Woo-hoo. Good. Everybody's hands are a little bit different, done different work. So whatever works for you, your hands and your wrists there. And we're trying not to let those shoulders creep forward while we strengthen those legs. 7 seconds to go here. We got a good sweat. We got it. Final few seconds to go. Woo, there it is. All right. Let's take a sip of water before we get into our finisher. All right, nice work. All right, our final few minutes are here. So we're gonna do 2 minutes on the clock, dumbbell burpee clean. So we're gonna be with those weights. So just like we did our conventional deadlift, we're gonna use some of those same principles to stand up with the weights. So, kind of, okay? So we're gonna come down, chest up. We're gonna hop it out, get a push up, bring it back in, and then you're gonna try to lift your weights to the shoulders and sit into a squat. Then we're gonna do it all again. If you need to modify, you're going to bring it down and you can push up off the knees. If you need to bring it back in wide, that's fine. And then you're gonna lift here, try to bring it to the shoulders and sit into a squat. If you need to do it with one weight, I'll show you that one first for a few rounds, and then I'll go into the two. Alrighty, 2 minutes on the clock. We're trying to do as many of these as we can in 2 minutes. Here we go, here's our first one. So if you're going with one weight here, chest up, set that weight down, hop it out or step it out, push up, knees or toes, and then chest up, bring it to the chest if you have one, sit into that squat, and then reset for the next one. I'll show you one more with one weight. Coming on down, hop it out or step it out, get your push up, hop it out or step it in, bring it to the chest with leg drive, sit into that squat, and come back. With two weights, shoulders down, chest up. You can do that push up holding onto the weights here. So you're ready. If you need to go wider, you can. If you are good with a narrower stance, you could have the feet on the inside of the weights. Whatever works better for you. Bring it to the shoulders, sit into the squat, reset for the next one. I'm gonna show you a wide one. So coming on down with those two weights, step it out or hop it out, push up knees or toes. 1 minute left. Come back wide, up to the shoulders, into the squat, and back. Good. All right, get that push up. Nice. Press into the legs, bring it to the shoulders, sit into the squat, and reset back for that push up. Woohoo! We're doing great here. Shoulders down and up for that squat, and restart. There's a lot in this move. So if you feel like it's complicated, you're right, it is. Woo! Reset, make sure you have a nice flat back. Press it, bring it to the shoulders. If you need to change that and stand up a little bit, then you can do a little bent over, then bring it to the shoulders, and then sit into your squat. Only 10 more seconds, everybody. Keep going, keep going. Last few seconds, always count for extra. Stay with me here. Oh yeah. Good, way to press. Woo! We did it. Awesome, good sweat, everybody. Whew. How about we stretch it out? How about that? Alrighty, grab that sip of water. We're coming in for stretches. Whew. Let's go ahead and start with hamstrings. So legs out, nice and straight here. Reach towards those toes. Or you can have hands on ankles, give a little tug. Whew. You ever have one of those days where, whether it's your workout or work or something else, you say to yourself, I don't want to do it. You might sound a little bit like a kid, not wanting to brush their teeth or eat their vegetables. I have those days too. I don't want to. But the real test is when we're able to say, you know what, this thing is important to me. So even though I don't feel like it, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna do it. And you're gonna feel better, especially if it's something for you. You're gonna feel better after you do it. So let's go soles of the feet together, hands on the ankles here. Bring those heels in close to you. Sitting up nice and tall, you can get a little pressure with the elbows here. Woo! All right, just a couple minutes of stretching is what we have time for, but I really encourage you to continue stretching after the video is over. I confess all the time that my stretches last for a lot longer. Sometimes I'll do like a 30-35 minute workout and stretch for a good like 15-20 minutes. So my workout's really long. But especially when I'm going hard, I love to get a good stretch in. Or if you do a tough workout and then some yoga, either right after or later in the day or the next day, it feels so good. Let's go ahead and get a pigeon or flamingo in. So we're gonna start off in a high plank position. Tuck one leg underneath you, bring that back knee down, untuck the toe. If this one's a little bit tough for you, you can change it. Get a 90-degree angle in the front leg, a 90-degree angle in your other leg off to the side, and come forward. So if that, you're thinking about bringing your chest towards that thigh. So if that pigeon or flamingo is too tough, try this one out. And you might be up here and that's as far as you can go. That's totally fine. Or you might be able to make contact with that thigh. Everybody is different in their flexibility and body shape, and that is normal. We do a little bit too much comparing of ourselves to others when we're all so unique. It's almost silly, I guess. And it's usually not productive. So careful on that. If you're doing the other side on the pigeon, then you're going back to the high plank, tuck your left leg under, bring the back knee down, untuck the toe. If you want to do that other version we were just doing, then 90-degree angle in the front, 90-degree angle on the side leg, and then bring that chest down. You might notice one side is a little bit tighter than the other. That's pretty common. Just try to pay attention to those little things because they can add up, or you might recognize, oh, I always sit on my leg. My one leg is always tucked under, so that kind of throws off my hips, or I always sleep on my one side, so this shoulder's always tweaked. So noticing those things about yourself and adjusting where you can so you can have a better balance in your body and your ergonomics of your day. That is always helpful. Alrighty, everybody, feel free to stay and stretch some more. Get some foam rolling in if you need a little extra, or if you're coming back to workout or just starting, you're new to it, you're working through that initial soreness. Keep moving, you'll make it through. We'll see you soon for your very next workout. Thank you.